Come and read with us.
This is called The Whale and the Snail and the Whale by Julia Donaldson. That's the author. When a tiny snail meets a humpback whale. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big grey-blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. Wow. What do we see on here? There's lots going on in here, isn't there? Look at this. Oh dear.
What?
They're barrels. They look like they're barrels of oil. And look at all this rubbish. That's not good. And there's the tiny snail. Look. These are the other snails in the flock. Ooh.
What's that?
Looks like the snail slime. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." This is the trail of the tiny sea snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." Look, she wrote on the rock of her slime. Ride wanted around the world. She wants to see the world. And all the other snails are saying, "No, no, no." This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. Maybe that's the little snail that wants to explore. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Oh, look. She's climbing on.
But she doesn't have any arms.
Well, she's got a sticky body, hasn't she? This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail in towering icebergs and far-off lands. Exploring icebergs and lots of
Penguins.
That's it.
Look.
He's jumping in. Look, that one's splashing in. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Ooh, what's that?
A volcano.
Oh my goodness, it's erupting. Look, there he is, look. Or she. Dolphins? These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh my goodness, what do you think is going to happen if that wave hits him?
I don't know.
These are the caves beneath the waves where colourful fish and feathery fins and sharks with Hideous, toothy grins swim past the whale and the snail on the tail. Oh no. They look hungry, don't they? They look very menacing. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh dear, and look at this. And she gazed at the sky, the sea, the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, I feel so small. It's so much bigger than her, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's so tiny.
And something might eat her.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But then came the day the whale lost his way. These are the sailboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. Oh dear. Oh no! This is the tide slipping away. So all of these boats, they made him get stressed out, so he ended up getting stuck on the beach. Oh dear. What's going to happen? Oh no. And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. Quick, off the sand, back to sea, cried the snail. I can't move on land. I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, I've got it, she cried, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the tiny snail. Oh no, look. Look how sad the whale looks.
How is he going to get old?
I don't know. Look, over here. It says school. This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, sit straight, don't talk. This is the board, as black as soot. And this is the snail with an itchy foot. A snail, a snail! The teacher turns pale. Look, says the children, it's leaving a trail. This is the trail on the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, save the whale. She left a message to the children. They're saying, look. Look. What's this? A picture of a whale, yeah. These are the children running from the school, fetching the fireman, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Yay! The children called the firefighters to say, save the whale. So they're digging a big pool so that the water flows underneath the whale, so hopefully he can go back into the sea. Can you see, look? Mm-hmm. And they're spraying water on top of him. This is the tide coming into the bay. And these are the villagers shouting, hooray! As the whale and the snail travel safely away. Yay! Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, how time's flown, and haven't you grown?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that trash again. And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves, and shooting stars and enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled the snail after snail after snail. Yay! Oh dear. The cat's thinking, I wonder what they might taste like. But look, because of their adventure, all the snails want to go on an adventure too. Look, there they are. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the grey blue humpback whale. Fantastic. The end.
I'll say please.